Well, here it is. Finally, I'm going to review this thing. This is my Electrum Sabercrafts Remnant. You can see that's heavily weathered, and I'll get into the details of this in a few minutes. I was originally going to submit this video to Sidious, but I get to thinking this is an older saber, and so far I'm not really very good at it as far as the profiles and whatnot. Nothing seems to be working. I've watched people's videos. I've read the manual, and I don't know if it's like a compatibility between an older D2 Saber in the app, but so far I'm not able to get much working. So, on that note, I've also been really keen on getting another JQ Saber. It's been a while since I bought one. So, just today, I ordered a NeoPixel Apprentice from them, and I'm going to get it customized. And that runs a Profi board. And I just absolutely adore JQ Sabers and everything they do. And this is going to be my last big purchase for a good long while. But good news is I'm still waiting for about 10 different Sabers to arrive from various and sundry places. But that JQ Sabers purchase is going to be a big one for me. So now I got to buy a blade. I'm thinking I'm probably going to buy the blade from Dark Wolf. They offer those sabers. They offer the blades, the NeoPixel blades, at a really good price, and I can talk to him about compatibility with the Profi board and yada yada yada. So I got a lot of things going on. But let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this saber. I'm probably going to futz up a few things because I still haven't quite mastered this. But I will say this. This saber is gorgeous, and I do love it. I'm just a little bit clunky with it. Alrighty then, let's get down to the bread and butter here. What you came for. You don't want to hear me rambling about all the crazy stuff I'm buying, did you? Did you now? Okay, alrighty then. So, the pommel on this thing. I love this pommel. This pommel is awesome. You'll notice that's closed off on the end, and that's brilliant. Because they have vents on the side for the sound. And I really like that because that sends the sound sideways towards you instead of down or away from you. So it really has the effect of making the sound really quite pronounced. Now, you can see there's a lot of battle scarring on this thing and a lot of weathering. So that is a retention screw that holds on the pommel. And if I didn't manage to forget, I always keep an Allen wrench in my pocket. Never, ever be without your Allen wrench. So I've got that. So I'll show you the contents in there. It's a little bit of an interesting situation in here as far as the chassis. And I do have some questions that I'm going to present to my viewers regarding that. Anyway, moving along. So more battle damage, more weathering. A lot of damage on the clamp card, but the clamp card does work quite well. So no problems there. Here you get your grenade section. I'm kind of doing the visual tour now. I'll probably still do that later, but this grenade section is super comfortable. I was watching Sidious's review, and he was talking about this being a little bit, a little bit rough. And I actually find this, as far as grenade sections go, this is one of the most supremely comfortable grenade sections that I've ever experienced. I mean, I don't know, maybe I've got rough hands, but I love this thing. The feel of this saber. Here's your main choke point. It's really comfortable. No complaints whatsoever. More battle damage. I really love what Electrum Sabercrafts does here. Now I'm probably going to get a D3 Electrum Sabercraft Saber. I wanted to get the what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but I'm definitely going to get one of the updated ones, and that's probably not going to happen until I get a tax return. So I won't be seeing that for quite some time, but that's okay. I can wait. I've got my new NeoPixel coming, and I'm super excited about that. The blade that I have equipped on here is a TSCC, or yeah, that's what it's called. It's a show blade, 36-inch from the Custom Saber Shop. My absolute favorite type of blade. This is a thin walled version, just meant to be pretty. Eventually, I'm going to do a comparison with my Vader's Vault because I have both of these set for currently for purple, and I'm just going to show you the one sound font. So let's get into the pommel section here. See if I can do this one-handed. It just sort of uses friction to hold this on, and I'm not going to replace this. Well, maybe I won't. So this slides right off. You can see inside here. Pretty simple. And here's your chassis. So you have your, where's my hand? Your recharge port there. And there's a little teensy tiny little switch right there. That puts the Saber into deep sleep. Now, near as I can tell, without removing this and hitting that switch, this Saber seems to be always on. And I've been noticing a degree of battery drain just from it being on all the time. And that's a little bit unfortunate. It's a little bit inconvenient. So I don't know if the newer Sabers are a little bit more updated. The instructions recommended not to try to remove the chassis. So, because that negates warranties and could damage the Saber. And I'm not exactly sure where the speaker is in here, because obviously I haven't been able to take apart and get it in there to see it. There's your SD card, or at least I think it is. I'm pretty sure that is. So this is not something I could take apart and get into. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. If the battery ends up like kind of needing to be replaced, then that's a situation. Anyway, so in here somewhere there's a speaker, and it sends the sound into the universe. So I'm just going to kind of slide this on. You have to sort of align it manually and then tighten the Allen wrench that holds everything in via friction. So that's at an odd angle now. It's important to keep this thing level because that's how a lot of the features work. Okay, so turning the Saber on involves this action. And as you can see, it's set to purple with a bit of a flicker. These are the defaults that the Saber came with. And look at these beautiful windows. Isn't that lovely? Oh, who doesn't love windows on an emitter? I certainly do. I love them. Yeah, this is turning out to be a kind of situation. Let me go ahead and tighten this. I'm gonna put the phone down and tighten that screw. So my apologies. I am highly unprofessional. Everyone should know this by now. I just wing it. Alrighty then, here I am, I'm back. Alright, so to turn the Saber off, you just reverse what you did. Now, in order to be able to change certain things, like fonts and whatnot, maybe I will show you the fonts. Why not? You have to actually ignite the Saber, and then you hold down this middle switch, and that gains access to your ability to change the fonts. This is a very nice font. This is one of the ones I actually enjoy.
Mantle of the Force.
Your Jedi light side.
Heart of the Guardian.
Another Jedi light side.
Hurricane.
And that's the font that I had it on. Now, to change colors, It's this switch here. And there's a lot of different color profiles on here. It's a nice pink. Alright, so let's leave it on a purple. Once you get to where you want it, just tap the middle and it's locked in. Now, here's the interesting thing. The Saber does have a blaster block, and it also has something called force push. To make that work, you actually have to ignite the Saber, put it vertical, hold the middle button, and push forward for the force push, and then side to side for your blaster block. And of course, this does have, let's see, I gotta get up for this. I gotta beat myself up a little bit. Here we go. There's the leg. And there you have it. Now, there is an app, and I downloaded the app on the phone. And in theory, you are able to create profiles that, near as I can tell, and this is where things are getting a little bit confusing for me, is there. Hold on one moment. I'm doing a video. I got people in the house and they're shouting for me, and I don't have time for that. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, profiles. Setting the profiles, naming. I've named the Saber. Of course, it's named Cryptic. And I've done all the requisite adjustments for the sound and the motion and the fonts, colors, and all that. And I've saved profiles, but for some reason I can't get the profiles actually install, or whatever they're supposed to do, interact with the Saber. The Saber, even though it's connected via Bluetooth, is sort of functioning very independent from what I'm trying to do. So I do invite whoever is out there, if they have a bead on this. Like I said, this is a D2. It's not a D3. So there might be a compatibility issue. And I fully admit that I'm probably doing something wrong. But I've been fiddling with it, and I got to a point where I just stopped fiddling with it. And there's my call for help. So anyway, just one last kind of. This is one of the few Sabers with a pommel that's actually worth showing off. I don't know why. I really like that. It's kind of like this bullseye thing going on. This company, what they're producing is just exceptional. I'll put this up against my Vader's wallet any day of the week. And my JQ Sabers. Now, my JQ Saber, Apprentice Saber, I'm getting powder coating and weathering on that. So I'm pretty excited about that. The last thing I'm going to show you is, like I said, this grip. Look where your hand just. This is butter. I mean, this thing is sort of like a little bit convex. Whoops, sorry. This little convex. And your hand just kind of melts into it. And it's a super light saber, even though it's made of the aircraft grade aluminum. What is that, 6061? Is that what it's called? it's really light. And of course, I have a light blade in this thing because I like light blades. I like to be able to, really have the freedom to. I don't know. I just don't like a saber that's too heavy. And this thing, you can just like really strangle it, and you don't have to worry about mangling your hand. I really like that. And the low profile nature of this clamp card. And you don't have to worry about accidentally shutting the thing off. If you manage to accidentally shut the thing off while you're swinging it, then you're doing something wrong, because this saber is really, really designed to just sort of be as user friendly as possible, at least as far as handling goes. And of course, the handle is long enough that, if you had both hands free, you can grip it two-handed, or you can swing this thing easily one-handed. It's that light. All right, so that basically sums up everything I wanted to say about this saber. I am definitely glad that I purchased it. Apparently I have a lot to learn, and I get tired of waiting until that moment happened before I actually posted a video. So here is the video, and I really hope that everyone enjoyed it for what it's worth. And yep, that's about it. Hope you loved it. I do. And I'm going to do a comparison, like I said, with my Vader's Vault. This is really messing up my camera. It's an interesting effect. Let's not do that anymore. I don't want to bust the thing. At any rate, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll come at you with another video soon enough. And that's all for me. Bye.